Any candidates that are in the room for the Republican Central Committee that have not filled out a card, please do so immediately. My name is John Paul White. I'm a chairman of the Orange County Keep Orange Red, and I'd like to thank you for being here. It's my honor to introduce to you Jeff Barkey. Barkey. This is going to continue with the program. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, JPW. Can everybody hear me? Yeah? Ish? Okay. Good evening. Thanks for coming tonight. So we have both Central Committee members here that are running for Central Committee, and we have some congressional candidates that are milling about as well, and we will introduce them also. As our chairman likes to say, we always start these Republican meetings as a reminder, first of all, that our rights do not come from government, but they come from our Creator. So we always start these meetings with a word of prayer, and I'm honored to introduce Bishop Gail Oliver, who agreed to come down tonight, spend some time with us, and give the invocation.
Thank you very much, brother. All right, we can all stand, and we thank God for this opportunity. Lord, we come before you to say thank you for this day that you have made. We honor you, Lord. We thank you for traveling grace. We thank you, Father, for your word, as 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, pray, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, forgive them of their sins, and heal their land. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to come before you, to lift up everyone, Lord God, that you have brought here. Father, we thank you for all those who are running, Father, who want to make this country better, Father. We thank you, Lord God. We lift up Brother Barkey, Lord God. We pray, Father, for each and every one of those who are running, Lord God, those who will be speaking. We pray that your will be done. We thank you, and we do pray for a revival greater than the Azusa Street revival. We pray that you'll place your people in position to make a difference, Lord. We thank you now, we praise you, and we magnify you, Father. And it's in the mighty name of Jesus. Let all of God's children say amen. Amen. Amen.
Wow. Who knew she had that in her? Okay, so before we get to the Central Committee candidates, I'd like to invite any congressional candidates, if there's any school board candidates, to come up so we can introduce you. I didn't see everybody who walked in, so come on up here. Introduce yourself, please, and then we will get to the Central Committee candidates.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Peggy Huang. I'm running for Congressional District 45, which covers Anaheim Hills, Orange, Tustin, North Tustin, Villa Park, Mission Viejo, Irvine, Lake Forest, Laguna Hills, Laguna Woods, Rancho Santa Margarita, Coda de Casa, Silverado Canyon, and Foothill Ranch. Very large district. I'm a Deputy Attorney General. I'm also a City Council member in the City of Yorba Linda. I'm running for Congress because I want to fight socialism, protect our freedom and liberty, as well as continue to fight for our quality of life here in Orange County, which is under attack by the progressive left. Hope to get your vote. Please visit peggyforcongress.com. I am not here to talk to you about with talking points. I'm offering real solution to kitchen table issues that we are facing every day, which the progressive left decided that they should spend more time impeaching our president than really solving those problems, working with all of us on the right. And most importantly, we need to take Orange County back, because Katie Porter is not representing us in Congress. She is spending so much time being Pelosi's puppet that she forgot that here in CD 45, the Republicans, conservatives, value are not being represented by her. I have been the endorsed candidate on the Craig Huey's list, Craig Alexander's list, Robert Nordell, as well as inform parents of California. I have 30 years of track record as a conservative fighter, and these lists and endorsements show that I have the record and been fighting for our cause. So I appreciate your vote, and I wish all of you who are Central Committee members good luck. Thank you for your service. I'm looking forward to stepping down my role on the Central Committee and welcome all the new blood who are going to pump back the energy into our party. Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy. Sure, either way. Another congressional candidate, sure. Let's keep it at, we're really here for the Central Committee, so let's keep it at 1 minute. Russ is timing us. Come on up, Greg.
Thank you. I'm Greg Raths. Sit on the City Council of Mission Viejo. I'm in my second term. The last 2 years I sat as the mayor of Mission Viejo and the mayor pro tem. I'm a strict fiscal conservative. In the last 2 years in leadership role at Mission Viejo, we had a budget surplus of over $7 million. This is what I want to take to Washington. That's the one area I believe our president needs to get under control is our federal budget. $1 trillion deficit is not going to handle it. My name's Greg Raths. I spent 30 years in the Marine Corps, retiring at the rank of colonel. I ran a business, and now I'm into politics. I am the perfect person, the veteran who can win in the 45th Congressional District. Something went terribly wrong in 2018. It's my job to win this seat back in 2020.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Greg.
How much time do I have?
Got a minute.
1 minute? Oh, that's not enough time. My name is Rhonda Fearon. I'm actually running for Congressional District 45 with Greg and Peggy. If you heard me earlier today, I actually spoke at the Mission Viejo Chamber of Commerce meeting, and I dropped an important thing that I think you all should know. I've been a teacher for over 26 years. I'm from Minnesota. I've taught in Minnesota and California, general ed, special ed, public, private, Sunday school, homeschool, community day school, and tutoring. I dropped something that should never, ever happen to an innocent American or a president of the United States. I was a victim of FISA abuse myself, and that is something that should not happen. Let me tell you who was responsible for that. Okay, I came out as a union rep, as a Republican union rep, because I'm 100% pro-life. Okay, when I came out against the union as a union rep, they came after me and put a FISA warrant on me along with my school board and the district. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. James Waters. I'm running here in the 46th district, Anaheim, Santa Ana, a little bit of Orange, a little bit of Garden Grove. I'm going to cut to the chase. I am pro-life, pro-God. My opponent, he is highly endorsed by Planned Parenthood. I don't think there's much of a choice there. I'm very strong on family. I'm very strong with the Constitution. I believe it should stay as written. I will go there and fight for it. I'll fight for people here in this district. I will make sure that they get represented, not just, stay in Washington and have fun.
Thank you, sir. Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I'm alarming myself, so no overtime. Hi, my name is Amy Fan West. I'm running for Congress for the 47th District, which is from Westminster all the way up to Long Beach. I'm sick and tired of the establishment. I'm sick and tired of the Democrat leadership in California and in my district. And it's time that we change that. I am a mother. I'm a wife. I'm a small business owner. I'm a patriot. I am pro-life, pro-God, pro-gun, and pro-babies. I guess pro-life. So you know what? We cannot let what's going on at the border or at the Port of Long Beach. We have fentanyl coming in and opioids, killing our children and increasing the homeless population on the street, and human trafficking, especially sex trafficking of American children out of the Port of Long Beach. It is national security that we protect our port and not be sold off to the Chinese, which is Lowenthal wants to do. And it's time that we get a mother in that place, sitting in Congress, to whip those AOC in place. And we need to do that now, because our deficit, as Greg was saying, is 23.1 in deficit that we have in America here, and it's growing by the moment. And my time is up. So please vote for me if you're in my district, but I also need your support financially, so donate. Thank you. God bless you. God bless America.
Thank you, Amy. Are there any other congressional candidates that are here that I missed? Okay, I'll excuse you, ladies. No need for you to sit up here. What's that? Yeah. I got them right here. Yeah. Okay. One last introduction. I'd like to introduce the president of the Orange County Board of Education, Mary Barkey. Say hi. Okay, so if you're a Central Committee member and you have not checked in, please do so now. Otherwise, I have cards from the Central Committee members, and here's what we're going to do. I'm going to call up 1, 2, 3, 4 at a time to come sit up here. Each person will be given basically 3 minutes to state your case. Why do you want to run for Central Committee? Or if you're an incumbent, why do you want to stay on Central Committee? And what do you have in mind as far as looking forward to the Central Committee and our role in helping Republican conservative candidates get elected in Orange County? So I'm going to shuffle these up, and we'll go through them in no particular order. So bear with me for just a minute. So a Democrat and a Republican walk into a bar. The bartender says, "What will you have, Senator Romney?" Okay, our first 4 candidates: Gracie Vandermark, running 72; Deb Pauley, 68; Linda Knight, 73; Barbara George, 74. So Russ is going to help us with the timing, and you'll each get basically 3 minutes. Tell us why you want to be here, why you want to be elected. I would encourage all of us to keep it positive. Let's talk about our positive vision forward, and how we're going to make a difference. If you want, you can come up to the podium, or I can just bring the microphone to you as you sit. Maybe that. Let's see how much cord we have. How about we'll start at this end. Introduce yourself, and Russ, 3 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Barbara George. I promised my kids that I would say my spiel, which is, my name is Barbara George, mother of 5, still alive. I survived, lived to tell, and I'm doing well. So my family is originally from the East Coast. We've lived in California for 4 years, and we want to help. We are a real family. We are a family that clips coupons and budgets, and we are real people. And we want to help. It's important that we get our young people involved in the party, in politics, because it is important for them to know that they have a part in their future. And if we don't change California for the better, they will not have a future. I've seen amazingly beautiful things in this state, and my heart aches for the direction that it is going in. And I believe that the time is now. We have to do something to turn it around. and we have to look beyond the regular ways and be creative, innovative, and strong. We have a voice, and there are so many people who are afraid to speak their minds and speak their values. Our values are American values. Our values are the values that will bring us into the next generation and the future and will bring us to a better place. I love this country. My father is 92 years old. He served in Korea. He lives for this country. He's a veteran. He lives on the island of Puerto Rico. And it is very hurtful to us sometimes that people don't understand that we are Americans. I am an American, and I am proud to be an American. He's an American, and he is proud to be an American. And he is so proud of me to see that I want all those values that he fought for, that he has shrapnel in his leg for, that he wants me to go forward and be an example to my children and hopefully one day to my children's children, that this is a great nation and will continue to be a great nation. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Linda Kite, and I'm running for Central Committee in the 73rd District, which is South Orange County. This is my first go-around at running for anything, any office, so I'm a little nervous up here. Forgive me for that. I define myself as a common-sense conservative. I support President Trump completely, 100%. If you follow my Facebook page, you would see that. And I believe that his America First policies are what we need to really focus on. I've been a homeowner. I've been in my community since 1982. Been a homeowner for 35 years in the same home. And I just believe that we need to bring some new perspective, do something different, maybe change things up. I'm a businesswoman. I've been a property manager. I've been at my current company for 23 years, doing commercial property management here in Orange County, a little bit of LA, a little bit of San Diego. And so I have a different perspective than politics per se. I do business, budgets, manage properties, manage people, manage my asset managers. I manage the managers and the owners of the properties that I have and that I manage. And I just think that perspective could be useful in this committee. And so I just we got to, as Barbara said here, we got to move forward. We're in 2020, and we need to make some changes. The fact that we are now a blue county, that we have more registered Democrats, I never thought I would ever say that or see that happening in my lifetime. I thought we were a little safe zone out here, but we're not for a lot of different reasons. And so I think we need to explore how we got there exactly and figure out how we turn that back around and make orange red again. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Do we have enough mic? Hi, my name is Deborah Pauley. I am running to retain my seat on the 68th Assembly District. The 68th Assembly District runs from Anaheim Hills, Orange, Villa Park, North Tustin, that unincorporated area, Tustin, Irvine, all the way down into Lake Forest. I believe in old-fashioned retail politics, and that's what we used to do in this county when we were winning. When we were winning, we were walking door to door, and we had a very robust ground game. What's happened, what I've watched happen, is we've morphed into something where we're depending only on the consultants and money and mailing into homes. So we don't touch people anymore. And they don't trust us anymore. And we show up at their door when it's election time and we say, hey, vote Republican. And they're like, who the heck are you? I am still doing what I started out doing. I started out just walking precincts and helping get good people elected. I found them and I helped them. And I was sitting in the back of a Central Committee meeting. This was 10, 12 years ago, and I watched the then establishment of the Republican Party cheat, bring somebody back around, then a corrupt sheriff, Mike Corona, and bring him back around the following month and endorse him. And that's when I went and pulled papers. I said, this is a Republican Party that I've been a member of since I was old enough to vote. When I was in the United States Air Force, I registered as a Republican. I'm so proud that I had an opportunity to vote for Ronald Reagan. I never regretted it. And I am so thankful I had a chance to vote for a new Ronald Reagan in the form of Donald Trump. I love him. Donald Trump is Tea Party. MAGA is Tea Party. Everybody says the Tea Party's dead. No, it's not. We just renamed ourselves, so you don't even know what's happening. That's what's happening. And I don't mind his tweets. I love his tweets. I retweet his tweets. He is playing hardball. We need to play hardball. That is what is wrong with our establishment Republicans right now. They have quit fighting. They've got no fight in them. And they neutralize those of us who do have fight in them. They want to shut us up. When I ran to, I've been on this committee. I keep getting reelected. The current chairman stood up in front of the body and said, "This woman's bad for Republican Party." I got more votes than him last go around. I did, and I ran for first vice chair of the party and was elected by the members. And I ran on one thing only. I wanted to be a bridge between the establishment and the grassroots, because the entrenched establishment in Orange County, the swamp, and we have a swamp here that needs to be drained, has forgotten the people, and we need to have somebody with some street cred. I'm still out walking precincts. I walk for Ken Williams, who's been a member of my Orange County Board of Education for a long time. A few weekends ago, walked for him last weekend. I've been walking for Don Sedgwick. I'm doing what I have always done. We need to get back to the basics of how we will win. Again, my name is Deborah Pauly. I'm running to retain my seat on the 68th and reclaim the Republican Party from the swamp who is killing us off.
Hi, my name is Gracie Vandermark, and I'm running for Central Committee, 72nd District. The first time I ran was for school board. I like to call myself a reluctant politician because I do nothing but criticize them, but I find myself having to become one to fight some of the damage they're doing. I'm a mom. I'll be married 20 years in November. And we've raised 6 kids. We're a blended family of 6. I was very excited to be done with children. I've been a mom since I was 19 years old. I'm 46 now. So I was looking forward to that, but somehow I just kept finding myself pulled into school board meetings, teachers' conferences, where I started to see problems. What I did notice was that we hear all these politicians talk about all these things, great things they're going to do, but none of them talk about our schools. Nothing that we do is going to matter in 4 to 5 years if we do not get back and take control of our public schools. All the damage that's being done is in our schools. Right now, they're being indoctrinated. They're making them hate their country and hate themselves. They are targeting us, the Hispanic community, by making us think that we're the victims of the white man. They're attacking children who are white by telling them that they need to feel guilty for what their ancestors did back whenever, hundreds of years ago. Every child in that school is becoming a victim. The more I find out about what's going on, the more of an urgency I feel that we need to get in there. I'm running for Central Committee because I don't think that they're pushing into our schools hard enough. They're not focusing into what matters. They've got us distracted, we're like whack-a-mole. They're throwing all these little bombs everywhere while we're trying to put all these fires out. They've got our kids. They've got complete access of their minds. Parents think the second safest place for their children is a public school. But what they don't know is that the minute those children cross that threshold, we forfeit some of our parental rights. Every right that has to do with sexual reproduction, which if anybody's following what we're doing at Informed Parents of California and Informed Parents of Orange County, I've been digging into the curriculum. It's disgusting. There are XXX rated porn sites in there. Nobody's looking at that. Why is that garbage in our schools? So we need to focus in our schools. If we don't get in there, within a few years, we're done. Also, I'm tired of people attacking my conservative values. People say it's all about inclusivity. Well, I'm a Latina. We are culturally conservative. I feel these people that are attacking my conservative values are the real bigots that are accusing me of being a bigot. Not only that, I'm a white supremacist. I mean, they've accused me every name you can think of because I refuse to fall in line and decide that party I'm going to be based on my color. So if there's one party that is racist, it's not us. I left the Democratic Party in 2016, and I never went back. So happy fight the skulls.
Thanks, Gracie. Okay, ladies, you can return, and we'll call up four new people. Colonel Raths, Wiley Drake, Ava Wise, and Steve Sarkis. If you need to leave right when you're done, that's fine.
We hope to make him one soon with the Republican Party and bring you back there.
Got it. How about Bobby Florence? What is it? Florence, sorry. Bobby Florence, Assembly District
All right.
5. Go ahead, Greg.
Thank you. Greg Rath, City Council Member, Mission Viejo, and I'm running for Central Committee, AD 73. In 2018, as I said earlier, something went terribly, terribly wrong in Orange County. We lost every congressional seat. We lost seats in the Assembly and the Senate. And I remember in 2018, Katie Porter's group came to my house like 4 times. And I called Mimi Walters' campaign. I said, I've had Katie Porter's come to my, not herself, but her team to my house 4 times, and I have not seen one of yours. Oh, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. We won by 14 points in 2014. Mimi won by 17 points in 2016. I said, this is serious, and we lost that seat. We should never, ever have lost the 45th Congressional District. We're a plus 3 to 5 Republican seat. And I thought I'd never be running for Congress again. But when we lost that seat, I put my ring in the hat to get that seat back. What I could do strategy-wise, I'm the vice chairman of the Orange County Veterans Advisory Council. I was appointed by Lisa Bartlett, the supervisor, 4th District. There's 140,000 veterans in Orange County. I want to rally those veterans because I spent 30 years in the Marine Corps, and I want to rally those veterans. And a lot of them are GOP, but they haven't been voting lately, and I want to rally them to get with the GOP and regain these seats back. Greg Rath for the 73rd Central Committee seat. I'm very proud to run, and I'd like to thank John Paul White, who got me involved with this election. Thank you.
My name is Steve Sarkis. I'm running for the Central Committee in the 65th Assembly District. I'm presently on the Central Committee, and the first time I was elected, I've served on and off. The first time I was elected was the year 2000, and I missed my own swearing-in ceremony because I was at George Bush's inauguration in Washington, D.C. The same thing with 2005. That happened the same thing. I was in the East because I'm originally from New York, and by trade, I'm a design engineer, and I specialize in surgical equipment for operating on your eye for retinal surgery, cataract surgery, and LASIK surgery. So, and I've been involved in the Republican Party all my life because I grew up in a political family in the Northeast. My uncle was a mayor of a big city. My cousin sat in the state senate, and my other cousin was on a school board. So we're deeply involved. I've also been involved in politics many years out here too, and served. And I also work at the fair, the Orange County Fair, the Garden Grove Strawberry Festival, the Cypress Festival. I've helped her with Mary Barkey and her husband, and we've been there involved. And also, we found, I would advise you, all of you, to check your voter registration and look to see if anybody else is registered at your house that you don't know. We're running into the phenomenon that we ran into the last election. We've recorded 200 people, including myself. People registered at our houses and used a post office box in Santa Ana to avoid detection. They also did that to the mayor of City of Cypress, the mayor of Stanton, and you find that these people, and they actually, when they screwed up, the ballots came to your house, and so they couldn't get the ballot, so they went and voted provisionally. And we've gotten cards recently, which we notified the register and the district attorney that these people have re-registered into the 1st and the 3rd district now. And some of them we ran the names, and they actually live in Los Angeles. So, yeah, that's right. And the DA says he can get them for voter fraud, but the postal authorities can get them for mail fraud, which is more severe. But we need to have more involved, because I've been walking my own precinct, and I've been helping on Michelle Steele's campaign and Andrew Doe's campaign. And presently, I also serve on the Orange County Parks Commission, too. I'm a appointee of Andrew Doe, even though I live in Michelle Steele's district. And I deal with historic sites, too, because grew up in a historic area of the Northeast. I live right near the George Eastman House, and there was the Susan B. Anthony House, the Frederick Douglass House, and places from the War of 1812 and before that, too. So, but we need more people involved in the Republican Party and actually do something, not just sit there and pay lip service, because we have a lot of them that say something, but they don't do anything. They just want to be on the committee and other things and do nothing. They just want it for the prestige. But we have a lot of people that actually do work and work hard, including Peggy Huang. She works very hard. I know that. And we have Mary Barkey, who works very hard for the Coney Party, and some of the other candidates here. And we have Brian Harrington, who's running in this district, and he ran a campaign before. And also, before I give up, there's one other thing. Oh, I see Thomas Gordon back there, too. But there was another thing. I don't know if anybody's heard this. There's a bill in Congress called New Way Forward. Do you know what it is? And the only 2 Democrats in Orange County that signed on there, Lou Correa and Alan Lowenthal. So you need to stop them. And thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your vote, Jeff. I'll give it to Eva.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eva Weiss. I'm a candidate for the 72nd Assembly District for the Central Committee. I decided to run to be a member of the Central Committee because I would like to see changes. The election rigged tremendous fraud at last election. Candidates lost, they were excellent, and the numbers were all the way up until mail ballot was counted. And they lost. We need more people to volunteer from Central Committee for phone calls, precinct, walk, rallies, election integrity project to participate. We need to lead. We need more voters to be registered. And we need to do ballot harvesting, the same what the Democrats doing. Since I am politically active, I joined different organizations. I joined the Huntington Harbor Republican Assembly. I joined the Huntington Beach Republican Assembly, Surf City Tea Party, where I'm with the executive committee and I am doing the programming there. And I'm involved with lots of different issues and activities. I rallied for pro-life in front of the Planned Parenthood, organized rally for the National Tea Party in Huntington Beach for pro-democracy and against socialism. I came from a communist country. I know what it is where the left is going. Managed GOP headquarters and for the Huntington Beach Republican Assembly, previous election, and now I was a delegate endorsed for local, state, and national oppositions candidates. I participated in the election integrity project, monitored voting, 6 polling places, and monitored at the Orange County Voter Registration Office. I'm also volunteering in this election. I'm going to do the same. I am officially again in the Trump election team, like last time I was. I rallied at the Mexican border to build a wall. I'm fighting to have charter school for option for the parents, and numerous times I spoke up to don't have the choice for the parents and to have established charter schools at the Board of Education, school boards. I did precinct, I still do it many times. I'm doing at phone calls, rallies, previous election when I backed 13 candidates. I'm doing precinct now. What change I would like to see? More involvement, more central organization for victory, more adjustment to adopt new strategies like the ballot harvesting. And I am so well informed that every important issue for us and for God is mine to know, and I get involved. I'm well connected, locally broad, and I'm tired of working and not winning with excellent candidates. I'm ready to fight to take back this state and our representation in DC, and I would like to be supported for my willingness to fight. Thank you.
Let's untangle. Hello, Republicans. My name is Bobby Florenz. I'm running for Central Committee in the 65th District. I'm not a politician. I'm a problem solver and handyman. It's what I do. I've never run for office before. I've never run for anything but cover. I've paid my dues. I've done a lot. I stood with the Bundys. I rode with them and attended Lavoie's funeral. I was with a group called Oath Keepers till we splintered off and formed our own Guardians of the Oath. I've been around. I've done a lot. I've been in California about 25 years. I moved right to Orange County from Virginia. And my first real, the first real thing that woke me up was when, as Deborah said, that the party endorsed Corona, the criminal sheriff Corona. Well, I made a big deal of quitting the party. I wrote a letter to the editor in the Register, and oddly enough, Wiley Drake here read it, called me up, said, come on the radio, let's talk about it. So we did. So I've been a Republican on and off as they deserve me. Not really, but you could put it that way, I suppose. Anyway, I feel like I need to do something. I felt like I moved from inside the Beltway to a conservative oasis. And I loved that. And it's gone. We lost our county. The party lost our county. I want my county back. I want to be a red county. And you know, what's going on is dirty tricks. Look at this thing. I got 3 of these things that have people's names on them that are all Republicans running. And what's the rest of the piece say? Yes on 13. I got 3 of these. We're getting snookered. We're getting screwed by criminals who cheat the system. We need to either lock them up or cheat better than they do. I've been saying for years, we need to win by more than they will cheat. We need to do something. We need to do something different. We need to do something now. We need to do something exciting that is going to turn this around because we look stupid. Look at this. People's names are on here. Come up and see who it is. I'm not going to read them all off. But it says you want to throw people out of their houses by killing Prop 13. You better find out if your name is on here and sue some people. Okay, thank you very much.
Next group, Kelly Ernby, Gisela Contreras, Brian the Beard Harrington, Zach McCready. Everybody's going to have one additional question, and you can speak about ballot harvesting if you want.
Good evening, Patriots. It's good to be here. I'm Kelly Earnby. I'm a candidate for the 74th Assembly District for Assembly and for the Central Committee. And I'm here because I care about California. I'm laser focused on what's happening in California. I'm sick of the crime and homelessness. I'm sick of watching our governor give illegal immigrants more rights than we have. I'm sick of watching my own brother, family, friends, and neighbors all leave the state because they can't afford to be here anymore. And so instead of crying about it, I decided to do something about it, and so I'm running for office. I'm a deputy district attorney at the district attorney's office. I've been an attorney for 20 years. What I think we need in Sacramento is somebody who's a fighter, somebody who's an advocate, somebody who's not going to back down. And that is who I am. And so I've spent 20 years being an advocate and a fighter. I'm the prosecutor that ran the unlawful fetal tissue sales business out of Orange County. I'm the prosecutor that took a case all the way to the California Supreme Court. I argued for states' rights and I won. I'm the prosecutor that took a third striker, head of the Mexican mafia, and I kept him behind bars. So I'm a winner, and that's what we need again. We need somebody in Sacramento who's going to win, who's going to fight, who's going to advocate for us and our conservative values. I'm a kid of Navy and military family. My brother's a Marine. And so they taught me the value of hard work. I've been a patriot my whole life, so I believe in small government. I believe in lower taxes. I believe in protecting our freedoms, our constitutional rights. And ultimately, the reason I'm running for the Central Committee is I think our message needs to get that simple again. I think the way we're going to grow back our party and stop the supermajority in California is to grow it back by reaching to the next generation, which I've done. I have a huge grassroots following in support of my campaign because I go door to door and I say, we need small government, we need lower taxes, we need our freedoms, and they agree. And so that simple message is why I'm running on the Central Committee, is to remarket our party, because we're the party for the people, and that will work. And we will win again. So as a fresh face for the party, it's been working, and I have a great positive hope for our party, and I bring that energy to all of you tonight, and I will bring that to the Central Committee with strong leadership. I have 3 degrees. I have a master's in public administration. I have a law degree and an undergraduate degree in biology. I'm a specialist and an expert in the environment, and those Democrats won't stop talking about it. So let's send somebody who's a conservative who can argue with them and tell them how to do it better. That's me. My time is going to run up here, but I'm here all night. I'd love to answer your questions, but I'm a fighter, and I'm just like you, a conservative, and I'm going to fight for us. I'm going to fight for our values, and we are going to win again. So vote for Kelly Earnby. Thank you.
Good evening, Patriots. My name is Zach McCready. I'm a candidate for Central Committee in the 72nd Assembly District. I want to represent you. I want you guys to know that you are the backbone of this party. You are going to take Orange County and bring it back from blue to red. We are going to take back each and every one of those seats that were stolen from us. Thank you, Bobby, for mentioning that they're cheating, they're playing dirty, and we're going to clean it up. When I was 21, I read the party platforms of every major party in America. All of the names of the parties were obscured, so I wasn't sure which one was the Republican platform, which one was the Democratic platform. I read the Republican platform, and it was as if I had written it myself. Everything in there I agree with. Small government, bringing God into the schools, keeping taxes low, strengthening businesses, allowing families to keep their money instead of giving it to the government and asking to have it back. These are all things that everybody should support. So I believe in strong borders, maintaining our culture, maintaining our traditions. I believe in God, and I believe in allowing kids to pray in school if that's what they want to do. I have served my country in Iraq with the Defense Department. I have served the community of Los Angeles as an LAPD officer. I have served my God in a country that is in South America. I served in southern Brazil. I believe very strongly in you back the people that are out there every night working for you, people like prosecutors, police officers. I'm an attorney. I'm one of only 30 criminal law specialists in Orange County. I believe very strongly in you work your way up. I worked my way through my bachelor's degree in criminal justice. I worked my way through my law degree. Nobody helped me. I got a loan, and I'm paying it back. How do we get Orange County back? Every community in Orange County believes in strong family values. Every community in Orange County believes that we should be allowed to keep the money in our pockets and use that money to strengthen our families, build a business, buy a home. Every community believes this. So why doesn't every community vote Republican and lockstep with everybody who's sitting here? Because not every community knows that we are listening to them. Not every community knows that we want the same things that they want. So we need to get out there. Thank you, Deborah Pauly, for mentioning that. We need old-fashioned retail politics. We need to knock on doors. We need to make those phone calls, and we need to let them know that we have an ear for them, and we are ready to bring their ideas and bring them on board with us so we can take back Orange County. Thank you very much.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian Harrington, running for Central Committee in AD 69. I'm a Ducks fan and a Trump fan, and I've worked on campaigns in the county for the past 6 years. I've campaigned with a lot of you here, and if you pull one of these out from your chair and kind of follow along with me, you'll see 3 really simple points. And also, you can go to brianharrington.org/OCGOP. BRIAN, harrington.org/OCGOP. You'll see a 2-minute video that's going to say exactly what I'm going to say right now. I think we need to start at the beginning. I think we need to fix the broken sink at the headquarters. There's water in it and it's not draining. And then when you walk into the other room and you sit down in the chairs, you feel this clunk because the wheels on the chairs don't work. And so I really think before we, kind of move on to the next step, which is winning more races, we just need to do the simple things like fix the sink and fix the chairs. Number 2, I think we need to engage a wider audience, and a lot of people have had a lot of great points about that tonight. This is a great turnout tonight. Super impressed by all of you that made it out. Super impressed by everyone watching on the internet. Really appreciate you being here with us on the internet. We need to talk to more people. There's 3 million people in this county, and our little Central Committee group of somewhere between 60 and 100 people, and then kind of the larger group of, throw in Lincoln Club and New Majority and, kind of the surrounding people, call it 500 people. Maybe call it 1,000 max. What did I just say, 3 million? There's 3 million in the county. There's mega churches in this county. There's Fortune 500 companies in this county. I really think we need to just kind of get them involved, and I really think it's on us to kind of just be influencers and get out into different parts of the community. So that leads me to number 3. After we fix the chairs and we fix the sink and we've got people at different ends of the county, right? We're all talking to each other and hanging out at our nice office, sitting in our comfy chairs, right? The next thing we need to do is better prepare candidates. I think we have a solid bench. I'm going to hit on something that Deb Pauly said right here in a second. We have a solid bench, but I think sometimes they try to jump too far ahead and they end up paying these weird like $7,000 a month retainers to consultants. That's really confusing to me. Like, you went from, not having an email list, not having a social media account, straight up to paying a consultant $7,000 a month. Like, that's not how you win. Like, that's how you frustrate your friends that gave you $500 and you give it to this guy who goes on a website and types in a name for you. So I really think before you jump to those, like, our bench kind of people that want to, like really put their name on the line and really do it, you got to figure out how to open a MailChimp account and get an email list going. That's where it starts. So we got to fix the sink, engage a wider audience, better prepare candidates. My name is Brian Harrington, AD 69, Ducks fan, Trumps fan, brianharrington.org/OCGOP.
Hello, my name is Gisela Contreras. I'm from Santa Ana. I'm a 42-year resident of the city of Santa Ana. And the reason that I'm running for Central Committee is because Santa Ana needs more Republicans. And what I want to do is bring that message to my community. I want them to know that Republicans are good people, that we're not what they make us out to be, and that we can all work together. And I just want to bring that message to my community and to let them know that we can make a difference. And the reason that I started to get involved is because things in the school system actually opened my eyes. There were so many things that are coming down out of Sacramento, some of these horrible policies that are affecting our children. And I woke up, and last year I decided to run for school board. And I'm going to run for school board again, so I'm going to need a lot of support. We need a lot of support. So I just want to make a difference. I want to make a change. We need to reach out to our youth. We need to reach out to our Hispanic community and let them know why they should vote Republican. They should vote by their values. They're naturally conservative. Most of them are against abortion. Most of them are against all this sex education that is being pushed on our kids. And I just want them, they need to be informed. They need to be educated more, I think, because a lot of the times when I was walking out there last year, I was walking door to door every single day, and they just have misconceptions about political people, about the Republican system. All they see is that Trump is, a hater, or they see that he's, anti-immigration and that, he hates people. And I want them to know the truth, and I want them to vote with their values as well. But most of all, just inform them and let them know, look at what's happening to our city. Look at what's happening to our county. I mean, all the homelessness going around, there's so many issues. Those are not good things coming out of Sacramento. So we need to change Sacramento. We need to get people in there that are going to bring us better bills. All this stuff coming out of there, it's just horrible. Everybody, it's a free for all, or criminals getting away with things. It's just horrible. So that's what opened my eyes. And I just want to make a difference. And I'm here to just say that I'm committed and that I'll do whatever we need to do to, invest time in our city and change Santa Ana around, because, all these Democrats, all the policies are just not working. And we want a better Santa Ana, and I want to do that, and I want to represent our city. And I'll just need your help, too. Thank you. Gisela Contreras, running for the 69th District, Santa Ana.
Okay, next group. Amy Fan West, Mike Glenn, Lewis Adams, 69th District, Peter Amundsen, 72. Yeah, 3 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Neil, you're timing me? Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. So guys, as you know, I'm running for Congress, but I'm also my name in the Central Committee in the 72nd District. But as you guys know, some of you guys here knows my story, so I'll briefly share it. I'm a Vietnamese refugee. I left Vietnam when I was 4 years old on a fishing boat. I came here, after seeking 2 years asylum at the refugee camp in Thailand. I was granted asylum to come to America the right way. So that's what we all agree here in this group, and that's what I'm going to do. But what's so important too is we need to address ballot harvesting in the Central Committee. As the GOP, we need to target this issue. It's far too long. 2018, the Democrat has taken Orange County and made it purple because they secure all the congressional seats. This time around, I recently went in disguise at a Democrat ballot harvest training. And I got the balls. I'm not going to use political correctness anymore to silence us as Republican. I got the balls to go there in disguise to get intel on what the Democrat is doing in 2020 to completely make Orange County blue. So I have 2 minutes? Okay. I'm going to make it brief to tell you what happened. Okay, so right now in every city in Orange County has their headquarters, their office. They have volunteer lineup and ready to go on the 1st of February. They're knocking on every Democrat doors to get the ballot and telling them they're coming back the following week to pick it up, which is last week and this week as well. Not only that, they're targeting the young Democrats from 18 to 25. They are buying their votes, and this is what they do. They knock at their door because they have the list of the young Democrat who they're targeting. They say, hey, have you guys finished your absentee ballot? They say, no. Okay, do you want a $25 gas card? And of course, if you are 18 to 25, as gas is so high in California, they say, heck yeah, okay, then we want your absentee ballot. Sure. So that's what they're doing. We need to inform our young generation from 18 to 25, secure their votes. Their voice is their vote. So do not give it to anyone. $25 gas card is not worth your vote and your freedom. So we need to educate and reach the younger generation. That's what the Central Committee needs to do, because the AOC and the squads are reaching the younger generation, which is the college student, the college age. If we don't reach them, we will lose that generation for our future. It's time that the Central Committee, the GOP, must rise up and stop sitting on your lazy butt and getting fat on it by enjoying your cocktail and social club. It's time that we stop that. If we're really serious for our children in California, and if we're really serious for the family in California, and for our livelihood here, we as a GOP and Central Committee must rise up our lazy butt and get rolling. Okay, the people are counting on us. Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
Yeah, I got to follow that. You want to switch seats? Hi, guys. I'm Mike Glenn. I'm running for Central Committee in Assembly District 74. Been an activist in my city, Newport Beach, for about a decade now. And come from a long line of Republicans. Father was a Republican. My grandfather was Republican. He voted Republican every day, every time he had an opportunity from the day he was 18 till the day he died. And then he started voting Democrat. No, in seriousness, guys, we have an Orange County here, famously red in a blue state of California. Last time around, we voted for Hillary Clinton. There's a big problem in the Orange County Republican Party, and Ronald Reagan's famous 11th Amendment, "Thou shalt not speak ill of another Republican." Ronald Reagan may have been close to God, but he wasn't all the way there. We've got a problem with rhinos in our establishment here, and we aren't losing Republicans to Democrats. We're losing Republicans to go independent because they have lost faith in the Republican Party being able to maintain its values. We need to seek out these people and get them out of office. The biggest problem with the Republican Party in Orange County is rhinos, because once they get into office, no Republican will run against them. So they sit there and they act like Democrats with no competition from the Democrats and no competition for Republicans. We need to look at the values that people are running, look at their voting history if they have them. We have two people from my city, Newport Beach, that are running for Central Committee. Now, I'll tell you in just a real quick statement, their values. Both of them voted to increase the pay to lots of people in Newport Beach, which is standard, but ours is a bit off. Okay, I'll throw this one back to the crowd. Anybody want to take a guess how much a dog catcher makes in the city of Newport Beach? 100,000. You're low. $187,000 per year. If you guys are voting Republican, if you're seeing somebody that's incumbent, look at their record. It's important we get these rhinos out of the office. I'm Mike Glenn, Assembly District 84. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Louis Adame. I am running for the 69th District Central Committee, primarily Santa Ana. And I wrote a little speech for you guys. The phoenix was a mythical creature known for its ability of resurrection. Like many fires, it would shine the brightest before dying, only to be reborn anew and restart the cycle of life and death once more. Our Republican Party appears to be going through a similar cycle. Democrats outnumber Republicans in Orange County by more than 20,000 registered voters. We can spend all day debating on why that is, but one thing is clear as day. Not only is our party dying, but people on the streets are literally dying. I started my journey into politics as a staunch supporter of President Donald Trump with a heavy emphasis on immigration. Unfortunately, local politics now has the homeless epidemic right at my doorstep of Santa Ana. I do not know about you guys, but I'm having a hard time figuring out principles and morals that are only portrayed as guidelines to a good life and not actually practiced empirically. As people of power, knowledge, and responsibility, are we not taught to be not only a solution to a problem, but to also bypass excuses while passing the blame on to others? The only thing I've heard since getting involved locally is how everything is the Democrats' fault. Not only have we literally given up races intentionally, it's my opinion, but we are also adopting the left's narrative of blaming everything on someone else to point away the lens from ourselves. I could say so much more, but then again, this is a game of saying as little as possible while protecting our own names and images. A game we call life, where people are literally dying on the streets while we look the other way, thinking to ourselves, better him than me, right? Nonetheless, I do not have the luxury of going to a nice gated community and pretending that the immorality of man does not exist. I must watch every day people give up on life while others flourish because of it. This has taught me to learn from obstacles and pain and to use these to grow up and come up with solutions for the future. We need help, however. Our kids do not deserve to watch this day in and day out. Ask yourselves earnestly, would I force my kids to watch this? Ask yourself this and be grateful that it is only a thought in your mind and not a reality you face each and every day. I look forward to hearing everyone's solution to this issue, and will use this election cycle to determine whether or not current members of the party will be sparks for a new flame or simply need to be given time to die out like the phoenix, and from its ashes, new leadership born anew. Thank you.
Hi, can you hear me? Great. So my name is Peter Amundsen. I'm running for the 72nd Assembly District. I live in Seal Beach. I grew up in politics probably my whole life. My parents were always going to conventions, but for me, I never really chose that path until about 2015. Remember, I was going to college. The Obama administration was threatening to defund some of our Christian colleges, and so that's what got me activated. All right, so there's a lot of things going wrong in California right now, but let's focus on Orange County. So I'm going to be talking about what I'm currently doing. I'm sorry. I'm going to focus on what I'm currently doing right now and what I've done in the past, not what I'm going to do. All right, so I grew up in our church up in San Dimas. Now I go to church in Cypress, very much in the college ministry, outreach to students. On campus, Azusa Pacific, where I used to go, on campus, reaching out to students, handing flyers out, being there amongst the students, knowing what their values are. Also, I mean, same thing. I ran a few years back for state assembly, as well as I just ran for Seal Beach City Council. Was the only runoff election in this last 2019 cycle. Came second out of 4. It was tough, but staying at it. But some of the things that I've learned and I've stayed at is building. I have 3 things to focus on, and I'm working on it. Building the grassroots. Without the grassroots, we could have all the money in the world. It doesn't do anything. The OCGOP, as well as the California Republican Party, needs to focus on the grassroots. What does that mean? That means registering Republicans. That means knowing the data. It means knowing who's on your block. We need to focus a lot more on the grassroots, as well as building up our current local clubs. Also, the second thing I want to be focused on is building up and supporting the next generation, whether it's high school, college, those young professionals. A lot of them, they don't know that there are clubs or ways to get involved, or maybe they don't even know that they're a Republican. I always knew I was a Republican, but I never knew I really wanted to get involved. And the third and last thing is better synergy amongst the national, the state, the county, and the local clubs. We need to have the same goal. We working all together and be all going 100%. I've chosen to run because I want to make a difference. I think we can move this forward. This is a very valuable 2020 election, and I want your vote this upcoming March 3rd, 2020. And if you have any questions afterwards, I'll be standing and walking around. Thank you.
Thank you, Pete. Okay, we have 2 more groups. So that's 4 times 8. That's 24 minutes. So I thought before we do that, I asked previously for congressional candidates to introduce themselves. If there are other candidates, assembly, school board, dog catcher, or other folks that are running for elected official, Kelly, please come up and I'll give you a minute to introduce yourself. And I saw Ricardo Benitez. Yeah? Okay. Russ, 1 minute.
I'm Kelly Ernby once again. I know you guys missed me, so I thought I'd come back and tell you about my state race for the Assembly. I told you about my grassroots group that are out walking and knocking on doors. We have a really great campaign going to win back the 74th district. There's a Democrat, Cotty Petrie Norris, that we are set to beat. And I told you already why I'm going to win. I am the prosecutor with 3 degrees. I spent 10 years working at a big law firm, Gibson, Dunn & Crutcher. I was top of my class in law school. And because of that, I was recruited to one of the biggest law firms here, and spent about 8 years now at the district attorney's office, where I do environmental and consumer protection. And I've been a conservative my whole life. So I think I told you a little bit about me and why I'm running and why we're going to win again. So I'm going to let somebody else talk so we're not here all night. All right, vote for me.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Ricardo Benitez. I came down from San Fernando Valley. I represented the 39th district. And so I came because I love choice. Yes. I think that we need to run to make California better. People ask me, how come you're a Republican, you're Hispanic? Well, that's a different story. I can talk to you about later, but because in a minute I cannot tell you things. But the situation we are running is because I'm a stakeholder and I'm a businessman, and I'm suffering the consequences that everybody is suffering. So I want to fight all these Democrats in Sacramento in order to bring California from all it has been. Lower taxes, better businesses, better education, and better in everything. So the problem we are having is all the homelessness over there in my districts. I don't want to, I had a time I would start explaining more about those. And businesses completely, wipe out. Education, we need to work in the education system. So thank you for listening to me. My name is Ricardo Benitez, and I'll be back one of these days. Thank you.
Does this mic work?
Testing, testing, testing.
Can you hear okay? Okay, Ben, you're next. No one heard you yet.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Yu. I'm running for both Assembly 68 District and also Central Committee in 68 District. And it's been a long way for me to be here as an immigrant, as a kid, grew up in a very humble neighborhood. And one thing you can go on, since I only got 1 minute here, I really want you to go online, read what I wrote on the Hills, why Chinese Americans like me embrace the GOP. I think 2020 is the turning point of Orange County, of California, and of America. As a person born in a socialist country, I understand that the misery and the suffering. No country walked back from socialism without suffering of tens of millions of people, and many people suffered the deaths. What happened in California is no different what I experienced as a little kid. And I think it's time people come out to engage not only us preaching choirs in this room, but engage the next generations, the young families, the immigrants, the minorities, the first-time voters. It's time we pass down our common sense American value to them, have them understand this is the foundation of America. We need to protect the Constitution, 1st, 2nd, 5th, and 14th. And okay, I'll come back for you later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gisela Contreras, and I'm running for school board in the city of Santa Ana. And the reason that I'm running for school board is because parental rights are being squashed by Sacramento. They're trying to take away our parental rights to make the decisions and choices that are right for our kids. I also am a strong supporter of school choice. And before everybody leaves, I want to make sure that you stop by the parent union table in the back and get a scarf. And if you represent and if you believe in school choice, which in Santa Ana we desperately need, I'm just thankful that we have school choices there because, you know, as a 42-year resident of Santa Ana, my kids attended school there, and every child learns differently. Every, you know, parent should have a right to have a choice of where their kid goes to school. And I just strongly believe that as parents, our rights shouldn't be taken away by Sacramento. If we don't want our kids to be learning that horrible sex education, we should have that right. You know, Planned Parenthood has been given access to our kids, and, you know, it's just a horrible thing. And all the wellness centers in Santa Ana are just not good for us, and I'm going to fight for parents.
back to that one.
Can you hear this okay? Okay, guys, as you guys know, I'm running for Congress for the 47th district. I want to utilize this time to basically continue the ballot harvesting. It's very vital that you guys understand and know how to secure your vote. At the back, we also have a table that you can fill your information and get a business card. Call me. I'll be more than happy to inform you. This is the deal. Okay, in 2018, there was over 4 million Christians that did not go out and vote. So now, if you guys are a Christian, I need you guys to encourage your church. The people you know who are Christian, they must go out and vote. 2020 election is vital. It's a turning point. The people will come to the voting booth either deciding does America means socialism and communism, or does it mean freedom? And that's what the people would be voting on. And also, I want to let you guys know that they are legalizing ballot harvesting in the next 49 states. And whatever they do here, they will implement it over there. So if you have any family over there, say, hey, watch out. Look at what your Assembly and Senate are doing and passing bills. Be careful. That's what they're doing to take the Senate seat. They have the House already. Now they're planning to take the Senate seats. The other thing they're doing is to secure, to make it blue. One quick thing is that they are taking the local office, which is your city council, your school board, your supervisor. So it is bipartisan position. So you have to ask them what party they are affiliated with. Just don't vote for them because they're nice. If they're Democrat, do not vote for them. We have enough of their leadership. Okay, so if you want more information, fill your information there, and we'll be more than happy to call you. Okay, God bless you.
Next group, I'm going to call 5 people up. James Waters, Rhonda Furin, Michael Navarro, Candace Burrows, and Alberta Christie, 69th. We're going to play musical chairs. No, I'm just kidding. Why don't you pull up one extra chair because there's only 4. Let's just pull up one more chair to the table. Perfect. Go ahead. You want to sit? You can stand if you want.
Okay, I'm James Waters. I'm running also Central Committee, 65th District, okay? Okay. I'm running the 65th District right here in this area of part of Anaheim, Santa Ana, covers a good area. My biggest issue with Central Committee is, like, for example, for 6 months, I've been trying to get Central Committee's endorsement to run for Congress. Now, I realize that some of the people have issues when there's 2 or more candidates running in that district where they say, well, we hate to put one above the other and all that. I'm running by myself, no other Republican in my district, okay? One of the few that did give me a nice endorsement early on was Deborah Pauley, and I do thank her very much for that. Because it was a battle. It took 6 months to get 21 signatures. I turned them in January, but too late for them to really deal with it, so I'm still pending just, to get the endorsement of the OCGOP when I'm the only Republican running. I mean, how's it going to help me? There's only a couple weeks left, right? Well, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I won't give up because there's so much that needs to be done. There's so much work that can be done. I'm originally from Indiana, a big, beautiful red state where that, wonderful vice president is from. Okay? I know what it is like to be with a bunch of Republicans and how they work together. I would like to try and bring some of that knowledge to Orange County and see if maybe a little bit that might help here to get people a little bit more tighter, working together better for a better Orange County OCGOP. There. I want to work, for family values. That's very important to me. Like I told you before earlier, I'm Christian, and family values are very important. I want to work with local groups to try and help family values, family matters, family safety in this district. I'll do everything I can. I'll be back in the area. We got plenty of signs back there for you all to read. There's a lot of good literature. Please take a moment to look at everything back there. I appreciate it all. Thank you.
Okay, are we addressing this question? What strategies to make Orange County Republican? Or okay, okay. My name's Rhonda Fuhr, and I'm running for congressional seat District 45. I will not only take back Orange County. I have also worked and lived in Los Angeles and San Bernardino. I will not stop just at one county because of my teaching experience and where I've lived. And because I had a FICE on me, I'm not going to stop because this should never happen to anybody else. I'm going to address something else that we have not addressed. We have a public pension liability problem in this state. I actually posted it. If you follow me on social media, you'll see that I follow Prager University quite well. And they state that we have a $1.4 trillion deficit in that. It's actually more like $4 trillion. And when you think about these pensions that administrators get in local government and state government, they get these pensions for life. Such as, I'll give you an example. One of the sanitation administrators gets $300,000 when they retire every year until the day they die, with full benefits of health care. What other job gets that type of reimbursement? Another one is administrators. School administrators will make up to $400,000 a year. They will get that pension and benefits until the day they die. Now that is, we are going broke with that. Now think about when there's not enough money in our state budget, where do they get the money from the state? They obviously have to get it from the federal government. Well, how is it that they can get money from the federal government? Why is it that we have all these fires that just all of a sudden arise when they want money from fires? That's a way that they get money from the federal government. Think about it. I was on some of these committees. Let's go back to why I want to make Orange County Republican. Okay, during my tenure as a teacher, I worked with many subgroups of people. The majority of my parents were grandparents and single-parent families. I will target those groups because who is addressing the elderly in this group? Okay, elderly that actually take their grandchildren in and adopt them. There's quite a few of those type of people. I was a teacher. Also, single parent. What are we doing to address single moms in this state? Are we running them out of the state because they cannot afford to buy an apartment or a house or rent an apartment? We need to address those. Also, the disabled. How are we addressing the disabled? Now, I'll tell you something about the disabled. There was a law that passed that we had to renovate all buildings to have disability access. Well, what they did was outside, they put the ramps out there and they put the parking. But when you get into some of these buildings, there's no elevators or the bathrooms are not wide enough to fit a wheelchair. Oh, I could go on and on. I got a lot to say, sorry.
Good evening. It's so wonderful to be in a room full of Republicans. My name is Candace Burrows. I'm running for Central Committee in the 73rd, which is the south portion of Orange County, which has been my home since 1976. I'm a lifelong Republican. My family were all Republicans. My father said, I voted for a Democrat once, and every time I do, it comes around and it bites me, you know where. So I have followed his word, and I have never voted for a Democrat, and I don't plan to do so in the future. But California has problems. We have a lot of problems, and we need people that will work to help get good people elected. This is not a stepping stone for me. I do not plan to run for higher office. I'm here to work at the Central Committee. We have some very fine people, some of which are in this room today, this evening, who are running for office, and hopefully they will get elected to the office of their choice. But I really am running because there are too many elected officials on the Central Committee, and I believe that's the reason we're not getting work done. They're busy. They're very busy, and they need to be busy, and I think they need good workers. I came into Orange County in the, in the 70s, and one of the first campaigns that I worked on was to get Ron Packard elected. That was a write-in campaign in Orange County that was actually run by Republican women. I have been the president of the Republican Women in Laguna Niguel, which was one of the largest Republican women groups in South Orange County. 4 times. I'm on my 5th time. I've been their vice president 3 times. I'm very active. I believe that the Central Committee has not engaged these women near enough. They're all aging, many of them are, but we're getting a whole new crop of young women who are becoming empty nesters. Their children are going off to school and they're looking for things to do. And they're very upset with what's happening with our educational system, what's happening with our penal system, with our laws, with everything that's going on, and they need to help vet these candidates to ensure that we can have people that have the strong core values of Republicans. So if you're looking for someone who is a strong conservative Republican, my name is Candace Burrows, and I'm representing the 73rd, and hope that you can tell your friends and yourself to please vote for me on March the 3rd.
Hello, my name is Michael Navarro. I'm running in the 55th district, which is La Habra, Brea, Yorba Linda, Placentia, all the way up to Chino Hills, Diamond Bar, Rowland Heights, Walnut. So I have a unique district in that it represents 3 different counties, which is, OC, LA, and San Bernardino also, which is good because I've lived in all 3 counties. So I kind of know what's going on around that area. As you can see, I'm a little younger than majority of people running. I'm 25 years old. Despite that, Ronald Reagan wouldn't exploit me for my youth and inexperience. So I ask that you wouldn't either. Thank you. But with my age, I'm able to reach a demographic that a lot of people aren't. I'm a Hispanic, millennial, conservative Christian, which kind of draws fears in a lot of Democrats because that's kind of their base. Well, I broke free from that. I'm able to reach a demographic that a lot of other people can't, and I think I'm blessed with that opportunity. And like I said, I'm a Christian, and in my church, we go hit the streets once a month. We go to parks, we go just on the sidewalks, and we go door to door. And we need to do that with the Republican Party. It's already been said that sending out mailers once a month and, just ads here and there isn't going to get the job done. Democrats are very organized and they're very mobilized. The current Republican Party is not. And we need to change that. We need to go door to door. We need to go out and spread the word for every single person that's running. My first taste in politics was in 2018. I campaigned for Travis Allen for governor, as well as Young Kim, and that's exactly what we did. We went door to door. Unfortunately, didn't end, the way we wanted it to. But what that did is, in 2018, when our county got swept, that motivated me and it motivated a lot of people here to get out there and to get busy because there's a lot of work to do. When Trump was elected, the Republican Party transformed and we awakened and we became new. That needs to happen in Orange County now. And I'm praying that in 2020, that's exactly what's going to happen. So, I just encourage everyone to, even if you're not running, to pick somebody and go and campaign for them. Just go door to door. Tell your friends. I've registered 3 people in my church Republican just this past month. There's a lot of people just in our daily lives that if you just talk to them, they'll realize, oh, wait a second, maybe I am Republican. I have a very close friend of mine who is Muslim, and he asked me, you're Hispanic, why are you voting Republican? So what I did was I took a quiz with him, and I said, guess what, dude? You're Republican. So a lot of people don't realize that we have Republican values. So I just encourage everyone to get out there, spread the word, and of course, vote red.
My name is Alberta Christie. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself because some of you may not know my history with the Republican Party. I'm running for re-election in the 69th Assembly District, 1984 to 1998. I was Secretary of the Republican Party of Orange County. Only black person on that dais. We were out there registering Republicans in shopping malls all over, and being the only one, guess where everybody came? To me, to find out, why are you Republican? And I told them. And we registered a lot of Republicans. I was in the CRA. I was 42nd director of the California Republican Assembly District. Okay, what happened in 1998? First African American ever in the 150 years of Santa Ana elected to the city council. Republican. What happened from 98 to 2006? You saw Republican values in Santa Ana. After we got off in 2006, it went downhill. I had neighbors that are Hispanic. I got reelected the first time, or elected to the city council, with 2 Hispanics. I got 51% of the vote. 1%. Why? Because people knew me, knew my values, knew my system, knew what I could do for the city. 68% reelected me for the second time with Hispanics in there. We can do it. I talked to neighbors. I talked to the school across the street from me. The kids know who I am. I take my precinct sheet. I do voter registration. I take them and let them know what the difference between Republican values and the Democrat values. When I was on the secretary, when the wall was coming down from communism, I was given, Chairman Fuentes says, I want you to establish a committee as secretary as the ethnic outreach for Communist Party. You know, I had from Afghanistan to Yugoslavia because our elected officials did not know who to come. We had people coming in, escaping the communists, and we had them to tell us why did you come to the United States? And you know how we showed the United States to them? We took them to 3 different shopping supermarkets, and 2 different drugstores. And they said, this is a great country. So when that progressive Democrat, young communist Bernie Sanders, I have experience of can tell them exactly what is going on under Bernie Sanders or all the progressive due to the information I got from people fleeing the communist regime. That's what we need to do. Go out there, register, be a neighbor, talk to your neighbors, and change those attitudes.
Okay, we have one more group. Before I bring that group up, just a quick shout out to John Paul White for organizing this event. And to Russ Neal for his wonderful timekeeping abilities. Woo! Okay, the last group is Benjamin Yu, Thomas Anthony Gordon, and Russ the Real Deal Neal. Nope, but if you're running, come on up. Is there anybody that has not been called that's running that I don't have a card for?
I signed up. I was one of the first to get here.
Please, somehow a card wasn't made for you, so thanks for waiting. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Russ, sit between the ladies. You want to go first?
Hi, everyone. My name is Karina Onofre, and I'm running for Orange County Central Committee in the 69th District It includes the heart of Orange County, Santa Ana, Anaheim, Orange, and just central Orange County. I'm an American Latina, a patriot, and I represent the minority that is now the majority in the state of California. So as you can see, it is definitely, absolutely possible to turn this state, the blue state, into bloody red again. I am a feminine woman, not a feminist, and I'm homebred, born and raised in Orange County. I'm a product of Santa Ana's public education system, protected under the GATE program, the Gifted and Talented Education. I went to school in the East Coast. I graduated with 2 degrees, one in economics, one in political science. And I'm a small business owner, broker associate at Remax Sky. And I'm pro-Second Amendment, pro-guns, pro-family, pro-life, pro-freedom of expression, pro-conservative Judeo-Christian values. And I love Trump. I love everything Trump is doing for our nation on the national and international level. I've traveled all over the world. Some of my favorite countries are Turkey and, of course, Israel. And I'm actually planning to go back to Israel this year. And I love what Trump did with the U.S. Embassy in Israel, moving it back to its eternal capital of Jerusalem. Because when you look at the world map, Israel is in the center, is in the heart of the world map. Jerusalem is in the heart of Israel. And us, the USA, is in the heart of Jerusalem, if you spell it out. So it's fascinating where, Jerusalem is America. And I'm Karina Onofre, and I want your vote and your support. God bless all of you. God bless California. God bless our president, and God bless the United States of America.
Good job.
Oh, wait. Hi, folks. Good evening. My name's Jennifer Sterling. I was born and raised in Huntington Beach, California, where I was raised back in the 70s when we all went to Tin Can Beach and Smoky Stables and Ed's Dairy and Middlelark Airport. And this community was a community of family and friends and business owners and workers. And we did protect our schools, and we did look out for our children and other people's children. And one thing we did do is we knew that it was important to be involved in government. But if you weren't that, if you didn't vote for that person that was the right person, you knew it. But now you never know. Now they're like sheep's in wolf's clothing. And if you're part of the Orange County 3 million people, you need to know that there's a herd of 100 who are running the show for all of us. And I think that Central Committee, if you don't know it, is supposed to be made up of 6 representatives from each community. And each person should be someone that knows what's going on in their community. And that's not happening anymore. It's become a pay-to-play spot for people to elect other people because they think they're a good friend or somebody that would be doing well there and make them get the majority vote. Now, I would like to say I think these seats should be made for the voice of the people, not the elected positions of the people who already have a seat for city council or school board. These seats are responsible for deciding which people we want to endorse, support, knock on doors for. These seats are supposed to decide how the GOP, the grand old party, spends the money to advertise for the people that we think represent our views. Now, I am your voice. I am the elephant in the room. I've been that elephant for a long, long time. I started out raising my kids in in Orange County, and once I was working the school boards and the PTA president, and I was fighting for our schools even back then. I'm a business owner. I'm a homeowner. I'm a mom. I organized the largest march with 2 of my friends in Huntington Beach to support Donald Trump, our police, our law enforcement, our first responders. I am the elephant in the room. I will stand up by myself, even if it means standing up alone, because I speak for you. I'm part of the Women's Republican Federated, but I'm a MAGA girl that doesn't mind going to a city council meeting and fighting for our police cars to have a flag on it, or fight for SB 54. My name is Jennifer Sterling. I need your vote. District 74, Huntington Beach, Costa Mesa, Irvine, Laguna Beach, Laguna Woods, and part of Huntington Beach. Thank you very much.
Let me sneak this behind you. Good evening. Thanks to everybody for coming out. My name is Russ Neal. I'm a candidate for Central Committee for Assembly District 72. I'm a Naval Academy graduate. I'm a resident of Orange County for 40 years. I'm an engineer. I've been an activist in the party and in pro-life for many years. I'm a social and a conservative, paleo-conservative, I guess you'd have to say. You know, a lot of people have talked about what's wrong right now with the Central Committee. You know, really it's fixing the Republican Party that's critical. There's nothing you can do about the Democratic Party and all these little splinter groups that are upset with the Republican Party. Well, I'm not going to play anymore and want to go off and do something else, are just making yourselves irrelevant. I mean, you got to get the party back on its feet, fighting. You have to have an army to face an army, right? You can't have a whole bunch of little disgruntled people. You have to have an army to fight an army, and the Republican Party is that political army that we have. So I'm running as a reform candidate for the Orange County GOP Central Committee. We've got a banner over here with our website on it that says reformgop.us. It explains the reform agenda in detail. It gives recommended candidates for each of the assembly districts. What I'd like to talk about for a moment is my end goal in all this. The end goal is what I call a 24/7, 365 precinct level organization. What you have to do is divide the place up into precincts. For every precinct, you're going to have one or two people who are precinct captains and workers who will work that district 24/7, 365. What does that boil down to? It boils down to that you might have to go to somewhere between 2 to 4 houses a day in the courses of a year. So you wouldn't do it every day, but a couple houses a week and so forth, knocking on doors, handing out the literature, gathering sign-ups, gathering information from people, populating a database, and just working it like that around the clock. We're looking for what I like to call 1 in 1,000. In every community, if you could get one person in 1,000 to come up and volunteer to do that sort of thing, people who are willing to do it, retirees like myself and others, we would be able to cover every precinct in this county with 1 in 1,000. And let me tell you, if we were doing that, they could have all the billionaires and cult member ballot harvesters that they wanted to have going around trying to do their thing. They'd be up against a brick wall because we'd have the precincts locked down. We can't do that, though, without the volunteers. We can't get the volunteers without getting the Orange County Central Committee not to stop being an insiders club and be welcoming of its volunteer community. Thank you.
I've been walking 5 hours today, so I'll just sit here and keep my conversation there. My name is Benjamin Yu again. I live a very unique life. As an immigrant, grew up in a very humble neighborhood in New York City, and after 9/11, joined the service, served my country, and somebody questioned it. That's my IDs, okay? And later on, I moved to Washington State and ended up in Seattle. I'm a father and a husband of a 9-year-old daughter and a lovely wife. One day I just realized I volunteer a lot for our Republican cause because I'm a Christian conservative. I feel very blessed. I found my Lord. I found America. I found my wonderful wife. One day I realized our country in a very dangerous path will one step away become a socialist nation. We have a younger generation willingly to treat their freedom, precious freedom, in exchange for something they perceive as free. Nothing is free. You give government $1, they give you 10 cents back. We need the Democrats done a good job to take a lot of credits for what actually our Republican done. We need to outreach to younger generations, have them understand our value, and that's why we need a new fresh blood who really care about this community go out to represent the Central Committee. Politicians come and go. It's the value and our common value and ideal to work to defend on. That's why I also ran for state assembly, because at least I can give you my best there. I can give you the uncompromising principle there, and I will do everything I can. The least thing I can come out to yell bloody murder when something really go wrong. Not gonna go along to get some of my pet project to pass through there, so I can go back to my community to pat on some of my countrymen there. In the end of the day, 2020 is one election cycle away, this country becoming a socialist nation. I hope you all come out to walk the person, to call your neighbors and your friends, come out to vote, to engage, to get the message passed, because without freedom, we have nothing in America. My name is Benjamin Yu. I came out from nowhere to come out run for political office on the Central Committee, because I understand we all come to this world with nothing. We all leave this world with nothing. And I came to America with nothing. But it's the freedom we should defend on, so we can pass this safely to our future generation. Then they can embrace the same American dream we have, and pass on the same torch to the future generations. Thank you so much.
Hi, guys. I'm going to be short and sweet. Thomas Anthony Gordon, 69th Central Committee, Santa Ana, Garden Grove, Anaheim, Orange. The Republican Party has left most people. That's the God-honest truth. People haven't left the Republican Party. The Republican Party has left people. Republican Party, Deborah Pauly will tell you, we keep endorsing idiots. People that stand up in front of us and tell us, I'm pro-abortion. People that stand up in front of us and tell us ridiculous crap that wouldn't pass in the Democrat Party, and our party endorses them overwhelmingly. I've spoken out about it. Deborah's spoken out about it. Mike Glenn's spoken out about it. We keep going back to these same people over and over, and then we wonder why people don't vote for us. And then we wonder why we lose people voting Republican, voting their values, voting their conscience, because we stand for nothing. We stand for nothing when we endorse people who stand for nothing. All these people seek power and fortune and fame, and they don't. Deborah Pauly is a good example. She stands for country. Alberta Christie, Mike Glenn. There's people in this room that you can look around and you say, these people stand for country. I've seen her fight. I've seen lots of people fight. But there's a half dozen of us. And the vast majority of the Republican, I'm on Central Committee now. Deborah will tell you, I'm one of the lone idiots that stands up by myself often and challenges our chairman and others. Unfortunately, by myself most of the time. Deborah might look over and you with me? You with me? So two of us versus 40 ain't going to get very far. We need other people to stand up and challenge and make sure that our values are upheld, and our values are being pro-life. When we have people that run for assembly and city council and school board come in and tell us, you know who they are, come in and tell us that I can do whatever I want. It's my choice, not yours. Mind your own damn business. And she's on assembly. She's a state senator. I'm done with that. So let's start voting our conscience. Let's start voting our values. That's where we're going to get our party back and our roots and our grounding. Thank you, guys. Make sure to vote.
Thank you, guys. That's all the candidates. Anybody else that wasn't called up that's running for elected official? My wife is pointing at me. Jeff Barkey, I am running for the 72nd Central Committee. I'm not going to give a speech, but I will. But I will say this: the future is bright in Orange County. I truly believe that, and I think it starts with the Central Committee. Many people don't even understand what the Central Committee does. It's kind of a funny name when you think about it. What we do is we support those that are running for office. We help raise money. We knock on doors. Mary and I will be knocking on doors this weekend for a variety of candidates. We endorse candidates. And the reason why that's important, the Orange County GOP endorsement, is because the California Republican Party waits for the local Republican Party's endorsement before they consider their endorsement. So even though we're local to Orange County, it has an impact even up to the California level. So our endorsements matter, and I think we need to be a bit more careful with who and how we endorse. I'd like to see us work harder to prevent some of these Republican on Republican battles. We want to focus on our energy on winning against the Democrats, not battling within our party. So, so I look forward to representing the 72nd District. I'm currently an appointed incumbent on the Central Committee, and I look forward to working, hopefully, with many of you as we take back Orange County. We turn Orange County back to red the way it should be, and work hard to support our candidates. So thank you all for coming out today. Thanks again for John Paul White, and I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail, and good luck in 20 days. Thank you.